Mostly I'm here because I had no choice. When you have a mother like Cassandra A. Cannon, you don't have much of a choice but to be conscious about a lot of different issues. And for that, I am grateful. I really am. Both of my parents have, raised me, endowed me with the ability to be able to think about things that even when I was young, I remember my father bought the newspaper every day. I think he still does, but I haven't read a newspaper in like 20 years since the internet came. So I don't know, but he used to buy the newspaper every day, and he'd read it. My mother would read it. My older brother would read it, and then I'd read it because all of them was reading it. Okay, and so that became a practice for me, and to this day I'm a news junkie. I read the news. I watch the news constantly, not the corporate media. But definitely try to stay involved in what is going on, and that's something that you get from home, wanting to be conscious about these issues that are happening, the military-industrial complex, the prison-industrial complex, the corporate-industrial complex. These things I can address on my show every Friday, 6 to 8 p.m. on WLTH. 92.7 FM, Free Speech Friday, tune in everybody. And I'm happy to address those because I love this city. I believe in this region. I really do. I believe in the people in this region. A lot of the politicians and a lot of the media people I feel are very patronizing when they talk about Gary, Indiana, when they talk about East Chicago, when they talk about Hammond, when they talk about the region in general, is very patronizing. They don't expect the public to be engaged. But what I learned every Friday is that there are people who are very passionate about what's going on in the world and in this region. And, all that, the United Urban Network really made all that possible because I wouldn't have known people like Jonathan Booth and Lloyd Fisher, who were the first people to put me on the radio and give me an opportunity. And if they had never put me on the radio and allowed me to guest with them, then I would have never met Miss Natalie Ammons, Dr. Marion Williams, and everybody at WLTH who has been very supportive of me and has walked me through, learning my craft on the radio for the last 7 years, I think it is now. And so I'm very grateful. And most importantly, I'm just grateful to be here in the city of Gary, Indiana. I wasn't born here, but when I moved here in 1992, at 92 at the age of 8 years old, I really wasn't sure that this was the place for me. It was a very difficult time in this city's history with crime and a lot of the headlines that this city was making. But over the last 30 years, I've learned to love this city. I've fallen in love with this city. I consider myself a Gary, Indiana resident, a Gary, Indiana native. This is my home. This will always be my home. No matter what happens in my life, I will always tell people I'm from Gary, Indiana. And so it's an honor to get an award from Gary Rice. So thank you very much.